How you guys doing? I'd like to just give you my analysis on a pre-buff gameplay of Angela. So here I am. I'm using my 4-star rank 5 max sig Angela. So I just want to let you know I didn't play very well in this fight. The only reason I was able to solo this fight is because of Heimdall synergy. He saved me towards the end. As you guys know, she is very unlikely to get you know be able to bleed opponent. As far as I know, what Kabam Mike has said, it's a really unfortunate she's not gonna get any be able to bleed opponent. The fact that she has a sword, this will really help her damage output, but that's unfortunate. My biggest thing I really want for her buff is be able to cut the resilient counter to 5 seconds instead of 10 seconds. So one her ability to regen is basically she gains a resilient counter, right, for every max 10% health. But then it takes her, she regains about X amount of health for 10 seconds. Once that's over, she consumes one resilient counter. The problem with that is it's just really slow. I really wish instead of 10 seconds, she would heal the same amount of heal in 5 seconds. In this game, I had as much as 11 resilient counter and I didn't even get to use. I just want to remind you that I didn't play very well in this fight. But still, that's still a lot of resilient counter. Each resilient counter is about 5%, so that's 55% of health I could have gained from the Winter Soldier fight. But I never got to use it, as you will see me fighting here. So I really, yeah, that's a little bit disappointing when it comes to resilient counter. For the resilient counter, it's just really slow. I mean, the only way you don't overflow with resilient counter if it's you're not running suicide masteries and you're playing well, or if you are running suicide masteries, you're playing perfectly. You basically have to play perfectly, so it's nearly almost impossible to not have a resilient counter overflow in the game, which is a bit downfall for her. If she does get a regeneration buff, I really think that I would be okay with just even reducing her resilient timer. When it comes, instead of 10 seconds, it would be 5 seconds to consume amount of health. This will help consume the resilient counter. If this was all the buff she gets for regeneration, I would be very happy with that. If not, I definitely don't mind getting more regen, but we still reduce the time for her to consume the resilient counter by like maybe like no more than 8 seconds really. This will help her to consume her resilient counter. As you can see, if you play with suicide masteries, it's nearly impossible to consume all resilient counter. So as far as this gameplay, this is I felt like this was the best synergy I to pick to get maximum damage. This is like my third or fourth time um, using Angela, and it took me around about, with different synergies, it took me about 284 hits for one fight. Another one was 264. I think another one was 254, something like that. But this one took 250 hits. So this was the most I think this was the best synergy I could find to give you max damage when it comes to Angela. So this is only a 4-star, but still 250 hits, that is a lot. As you guys know, you can argue that my rotation when it comes to Angela was not the best. I wasn't really spamming special 1 or special 2. The reason why, or even using my heavy attack, the reason why when it comes to like not using a special 1 or special 2 is because I would have, been knocked out if I did. As you could see, because if you're running suicide mastery, you lose at least 5% of your health from recoil. So that's why I never used the special 1 or special 2. If I did, I would have been able to solo Winter Soldier. Probably not, most likely not. As you guys can see, I had about 10 resilient counter now. there's a point in the game that I'm gonna have 11 resilient counter, which I never get to use, which is very unfortunate. I know they're gonna increase her damage output. The question is how much, right? As you know, like I mentioned, it's gonna take 250 hits to take down Winter Soldier. That's a lot for even for a 4 star. It should not be, and this is with full synergy. In my opinion, this probably is the best synergy for Angela. So definitely her damage output can be increased, even just by a little would be okay. I mean, it's better than nothing. It shouldn't take more than 200 hits for a 4 star max, max rank with Suicide Mastery, with pretty much, the best synergy you could have possible with her, you know. I mean, I used Medusa. It took me about um, 180 hits or less to take down Winter Soldier, and that's with a 4 star. So I don't see how her buff that she can't take that it take her more than 180 hits with the same process that I did, 5 hit combo special 3. It should not take her more than 180 hits with the buff that she's gonna get. So I'm definitely looking forward for that buff. I think it's gonna be good regardless what kind of buff she gets. Yeah, and I will be ranking her up. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.